Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video on the DCU. Today we've got some huge news in regards to some new films that are being made. We've got a release date, we've got more info about certain projects, including some unknown DC Studios films that are going to be released in the next few years. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos later this year. Okay, so it was just announced that Clayface and Dynamic Duo are coming to the DCU officially, so it's been officially confirmed and both films have been given a release date. So we're going to be breaking down the DCU timeline as of right now, what we know is coming in the next couple of years, and talking about Dynamic Duo and what it entails, because it's all about Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, so it's a Robin story, and that is going to be a project that obviously a lot of us are looking forward to, as well as Clayface, which looks to be almost like a Batman villain spin-off, which could potentially dip into horror genre because Mike Flanagan is working on it. So let's go ahead and break this down. So first things first, let's go through the release dates. So as of right now, this is the order that we're getting projects. So we've had Creature Commandos, or at least it's airing right now, week to week, and obviously I'm going to catch up with that, and potentially if you guys want any videos on Creature Commandos, let me know down in the comments below because I'd be happy to make videos on it. And this is the current DC movie slate, so not including Lanterns or anything like that right now, but the first DCU movie is going to be Superman. Now obviously Superman has been rumored to be having a trailer sometime in the next few weeks or so, so that could potentially be coming very soon, and I know a lot of you guys are excited for that, and that is just all rumors right now. Nothing has been 100% confirmed or not, but the timing would make sense for some sort of a trailer to come out soon because we are in December 2024. As we head into the new year, Superman is going to be coming out in July the 11th, 2025, so it's actually not that far away when you think about it, guys, because I remember when they were filming it, it felt like such a long time away, but now that we're heading towards the end of 2024 and into 2025, like we're actually getting closer to Superman. So that's July 11th, that is the first DCU film. The next DCU film is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. This is coming out June 26th, 2026, so that is pretty much a year later, just a bit less than a year later that Supergirl is coming out. In the meantime, I'm sure we're going to get some other content. Again, I don't have the TV schedule in front of me in regards to the DCU, but following Supergirl is Clayface, and Clayface has been confirmed to have a release date of September 11th, 2026. So that means that is only a few months after Supergirl, so that means we're going to actually have a stacked 2026 of DC content, because the Batman 2 is also scheduled to come out in 2026, but it's coming out October 2nd, so that is less than a month on than Clayface. Now, I suspect that potentially Clayface or the Batman is going to be moved a tiny bit to kind of fit each other in, but 2026 is looking stacked right now, so I'm looking forward to everything that comes out that year specifically. We're going to talk about Clayface in more detail in just a minute, but let me give you the release date for Dynamic Duo. So that is coming out June 30th, 2028, so that is 2 years later, so that is quite a significant jump. But obviously in the meantime, they're going to announce other projects that will fit in 2027 and then also 2028, so you will have more projects. Don't worry about that gap right now, that is just what's been confirmed so far. So let's talk about Clayface first, because it's been confirmed that a spin-off that's going to be centered around the Batman villain has been in the works for a while now, and it's going to be coming to fruition with Mike Flanagan, who you guys will know from The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, lots of other TV shows and films like Hush and Doctor Sleep. I'm sure most of you guys know those films. And so he's worked on this for a while and he's been writing it, and it's actually coming to fruition and it's not going to be that far away. So according to The Hollywood Reporter, the idea is to make a horror movie in the $40 million range in another effort to show the diversity of the DC Studios slate. And fun fact, Flanagan loves the Clayface episodes from the classic Batman the Animated Series, which could definitely serve as a big inspiration for his Clayface film. The director has not been announced, although I guess the idea would be to get Mike Flanagan to direct it. That's what I would be totally in for. I'm a huge Mike Flanagan fan, so if he does this horror film in the DC Studios slate that is all to do with Clayface, I'm all in for that. 40 million, perfect budget. It's not too big, not too small. It leaves a big range for them to make a bunch of money on this film when it comes out. Even if it makes like $250 million worldwide, or like 300, that's a big profit. And that's why films like the original Joker, it did well because it was on such a small budget and it made like $1 billion. Like, that was such a big success, and I don't think you need huge budgets. That's been a big problem of mine with DC. I feel like they waste a lot of their money on huge budget films to try and match Marvel, and I think it all goes to waste really. So I think, you know, 100 million max for a big superhero film, and you do what you can and then you increase the budget if you need to. And so according to reports, Clayface is going to begin filming early next year so that it can hit the 2026 release date, which is obviously in September. So that means it's not that far away, but also they got a good amount of time, especially if it's a lower budget film. It's not going to take as long to film. It's a horror. Mike Flanagan is so well versed in horror. He's going to easily be able to shoot it, and so hopefully he will be the director for this project. So this is going to be coming out after Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, so really looking forward to this. Now let's talk about Dynamic Duo, because this is a project that I didn't know too much about, but it was previously reported that Dynamic Duo was happening, and now it's been confirmed. And as I said earlier, the release date will be June 30th, 2028, and it's going to be released in cinemas rather than on Max or anything like that. And so the director of the project, that being Arthur Mintz, explained that traditional puppetry as well as animation will be used in the movie. And so this is what Collider had to say. Dynamic Duo will tell a story with Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, the two characters that have both held the mantle of Robin in DC Comics at one time or another. James Gunn will be heading back to the world of Batman in this animation format after he's set to re-enter the world of Superman, with both David Corenswet appearing as his Man of Steel and Millie Orco as Supergirl and Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. So this sounds like an exciting project. To be honest, at first when I heard about it, I was like super hyped, and obviously if this was live action, even better. But I do like that James is mixing it up, because I think you need DC animated films to run alongside this, because DC has been traditionally great at making animated films. Obviously some have been hit and miss in recent years, but if they put so much effort into this and plan it so far in advance, I can see this being a great film. And now I don't know what their approach is going to be to animation, but we've seen Creature Commandos. It's kind of a more Adult Swim type animation, I guess you could call it, rather than anything like, say, Spider-Verse. So I don't think Dynamic Duo is going to be anything quite so radical, but it's going to be good considering they're giving themselves like 4 years until the release date to make this a good project. So that pretty much does it with Dynamic Duo. Now I've got this other piece of information that I want to break down before the end of the video, because apparently according to Home of DCU, DC Studios has also just listed 2 more release dates on top of the other projects that have been announced. Obviously we went through the film slate just earlier in this video. The TV slate, you guys can look it up online. I don't know off the top of my head right now, but apparently there are 2 more release dates that are untitled projects as of right now, and their source is Deadline, so it's very reliable. And so they're holding onto the calendar for 2 projects that, as I said, are untitled. The first one is set to be released on May 29th, 2026. So that would be just before Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. So that could potentially be something a bit smaller in scale, given its proximity to Supergirl. And we know that Supergirl is going to be a big film that they're going to be focusing a lot of their energy into. So that's an untitled film from May 29th, 2026. Again, you have to remember these release dates can be easily changed. And then the final film that has been slated in the DCU calendar is for March 5th, 2027. So that is currently the only DCU film that is slated for 2027. So In my head, I'm thinking this could be the Batman film, The Brave and the Bold, that has been talked about recently. Obviously, that was confirmed a while ago. We know Andy Muschietti is working on that. That would make sense if they were aiming for 2027 for that film. So that's my guess right now, but that's the only 2027 scheduled project for the DCU, so I wonder what's going to go there. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree with me that you think maybe it could be The Brave and the Bold. But that pretty much does it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Also subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.